Buenos días, Español 2. Hoy vamos a hablar sobre la gramática from Unit 7, Lesson B. So today, for the tarea assigned for la semana, we are going to talk about the pluscuamperfecro and applying prefixes, which is pretty fun. So please bear with me with my pre-made notes. Let's take a look. So, amigos, aquí we have the pluscuamperfecro, which in English we would say that is the past perfect. This is a nice connection that we can make to Latin. Okay, so this is going to be the same as far as that goes. And if you didn't take Latin, no te preocupes, no worries. We can talk through this. It's totally fine. Okay, so amigos, let's take a look. So when we're talking about the pluscuamperfecro, what does it do? Its purpose is that it describes an event in the past that happened prior to another past event. So, por ejemplo, Anna had read the comic strips when Hugo arrived. Mommy had filmed half of this when Bryce interrupted. No big deal, it's fine. And then basically another thing to take note of, we're going to talk about two past actions that are presented in the same sentence, but the pluperfect is letting us know that it happened first. So two past actions are presented in the same sentence. The pluperfect indicates which action happened first. So in Espanol, when you hear something like a perfect tense, so we did the present perfect last week, we're in the past perfect this week, there's a future perfect, a conditional perfect. Don't worry, there's a whole bunch of them. But what's nice to know when we talk about a perfect tense in our Espanol, we know there are two verbs working together. The first one is always haber, and the second one is going to be the past participle. The form of haber is kind of a dead giveaway based on the name of which perfect tense it is. So for example, when we talked about the present perfect, ding, 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 we know there are two components. We know the first component will be haber, and if it's the present perfect, haber is going to be conjugated in the present indicative. When we talk about the pluscuamperfecro, the past perfect, ding, 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 it's going to let us know that haber needs to be conjugated in a past tense. And in this case, sigh of relief, that is going to be imperfect. That's the one we like. Okay, so aquí we're going to have, for the form haber in the imperfect, plus the past participle, okay? So when we think about this, really, the haber is going to let us know the number in person. It's going to agree with the subject. The past participle is the what. So the haber tells us the who. The past participle tells us the what. So if we take a look at this in a bigger picture, Bryce Man, lovely sticker job here for your viewing pleasure. So we have the haber in the imperfect. This tells us the what. So it's había, habías, había, habíamos, habían. And then let's take a look at some of those past participles. We have estudiado, comido, and then let's talk about some of the irregulars. Your irregulars are listed for you on page 326. I highly recommend you taking a glance over them because if we were in the classroom setting, Senora would do a daily beginning of the class tear and share with these irregular past participles, but I know how much you guys miss the tear and shares now because we're at home. I'm so sorry, but you really do kind of just need to get a feel for some of these irregulars. There's no fabulous way to memorize them. I don't have any dishes or weirdo or any of that type of skill to give you when it comes to memorizing these. Sorry, teacher move. You just have to memorize them. So if you take a look through these, you're going to say, hacer es hecho, poner puesto, romper roto, abrir abierto, decir dicho, morir muerto, ver visto, volver vuelto, cubrir cubierto. And again, these are listed in your textbook on página 326. Otra cosa aquí, when we are working with the perfect tenses, our past participle is not going to inflect a number in gender. No, that only happens when we're using the past participle as an adjective. And when you see it with a perfect tense, leave it as an O. Don't put an A. Leave it as an O. Don't put an OS. Leave it as an O. Okay? ¿Está bien? Okay, amigos. On to our next tópica de gramática. This one is kind of fun. So we talked about diminutives before, the itos, the ios, the citos, the hicimos, cosas como eso, ¿sí? We are going to talk about prefixes. Your textbook literally like touches on this. We don't do a whole lot with it. It's actually going to be located for you on página 353, okay? And it's in a little box called estrategias. But let's talk about applying prefixes. You know a prefix comes before the noun, okay? And just like in English and Espanol, it can totally change the meaning, or it can just add some emphasis, okay? ¿Está bien? And it's kind of fun. So if we take a look aquí, our first one is going to be, okay, gringos, super, repite, super, okay? So it's super, which would mean super or very. And then an example is súper bien, which would mean very well. Ri, in Espanol, it's kind of fun. So it's not like a redo. I know, it means very. And again, these are dialectal differences. So in some countries, they might prefer ri. In otras, it would be archi. In otras, it could even be super, okay? The ones that I've seen most are going to be super and ri, okay? So when we take a look here, ri would mean very. An example here is ri guapa, which would mean very attractive. Another one, requete, would be extremely. So requete bueno, extremely good. Sorry, hope you can see this. And then we have archi, very. So archi famoso, very famous. In would be un or not, like inculto. Culto is cultured. So inculto would mean not cultured, okay, or uncultured. This is un, so despeinarse is to mess up a hairdo, like when you go up and you tousle someone's hair. That's what that would be. Okay, está bien? So let's take a look. The tarea for this week, this didn't have a lot of actividades. There were none in the workbook and none in the grammar and vocabulary exercises. So really, we have one shot at this. That's going to take place on página 353, and this is ejercicio 11, okay? So it's going to give you dehydrated sentences. You are going to have your subject pronoun, and then the verb, and then the rest of the sentence. It's up to you to use the pluscuamperfecro for that subject, pronoun, and verb. And then it's going to give you a hint, like, hey, he was a very famous soccer player. Or he had been a very famous soccer player. That is going to be where we have our prefixes come into play. So Senora took the liberty of writing out the first answer for you on this tarea just to guide you through it and give you an idea of what to expect. So really, people, you have 5 sentences. It's not that bad at all. So for the first one, we are going to say, let me zoom out a little bit. You'll say, whoop, whoop. Yo había sido un jugador de fútbol. And then I'm going to allow you to be creative here. If you want to stick to your country, you know, be it Mexico, Argentina, España, no me importa, Chile, you can decide, hey, or Peru, this is how they say it in Peru, this is how I'd like to say it. That's fine. So for the first one, it's re famoso. That would work. You could say super famoso. That's fine. Or archi famoso. It's up to you. Amigos, adios. If you'd like, you're more than welcome to join our live class session tomorrow at noon. By no means do you have to. I hope you have a great day. And remember, if you need help, I'm here for you. Send me an email, shoot me a text. You have all my información, okay? Adios, amigos. Que tengas buen día.